The funeral ended under cold gray skies. People whispered prayers, shook hands, and slowly disappeared into the rain. Inside the silent house, only two people remained: Daniel and his stepmother. She stood quietly beside the dining table, still wearing the same black dress she had cried in all day. Her eyes were swollen red. In her trembling hands was a small photo of her husband. Daniel looked at her with cold eyes. "You should leave." The room went silent. She slowly raised her head. What? "My father is gone," Daniel said harshly. "You're not my real mother anymore. This house is mine now." Her lips trembled. For 10 years she had cooked for him, protected him, waited for him at night when he came home late, sat beside his hospital bed when he was sick. But now, none of it mattered. "You heard me," Daniel continued. "Pack your things." Tears filled her eyes instantly. "Daniel, please. Your father just died today. I don't care." The words cut deeper than a knife. She looked around the house one last time. The family photos, the old piano, the kitchen where she used to make his favorite soup. This had been her home too. But without another word, she nodded quietly and walked upstairs. Daniel clenched his fists angrily. Ever since he was little, he blamed her for everything. After his real mother died, his father married Elena 2 years later. Daniel never accepted her. He believed she stole his father away from the memory of his mother. Even though Elena never tried to replace her, she only tried to love him. But grief had turned Daniel's heart into stone. An hour later, Elena came downstairs carrying one old suitcase. Rain hit the windows behind her. Daniel avoided looking at her face. Before leaving, she placed a small white envelope on the table. "I was going to give this to you later," she whispered softly. "But maybe now is the right time." Daniel frowned. "What is it?" "Your father wanted you to read it after his death." She slowly walked toward the door, then paused. Despite everything, she still smiled sadly at him. "Take care of yourself, Daniel." And she left. The front door closed softly behind her. For the first time all day, the house felt truly empty. Daniel stared at the envelope for several seconds, then angrily grabbed it. Inside was a handwritten letter from his father. "Daniel, if you are reading this, then I am no longer beside you. There is something you must know about Elena." Daniel rolled his eyes at first, but then his expression slowly changed. 10 years ago, when you were only 12, you became very sick. The surgery you needed was expensive. I did not have enough money to save you. Elena sold everything she owned to help pay for your operation. Her jewelry, her car, even the apartment her parents left her. She asked me never to tell you." Daniel froze. His hands started shaking. The letter continued. "When you hated her, she cried at night where you couldn't see her. When you ignored her, she still made your favorite meals. When you yelled at her, she defended you to me. Because to her, you were already her son." Tears suddenly blurred Daniel's vision. No, that couldn't be true. His breathing became heavy. Then he saw one final sentence. "If one day I die before her, promise me you will never leave her alone." Daniel dropped the letter. His entire world shattered. Memories flooded his mind all at once. Elena sitting beside his hospital bed. Elena waiting awake until midnight when he came home late. Elena secretly leaving medicine outside his room when he was sick. All those years. And he had treated her like a stranger. Daniel suddenly ran toward the front door. Rain exploded outside as he rushed into the dark street. "Elena!" Cars passed through puddles. Cold wind hit his face, but he kept running. Finally, near the empty bus stop down the street, he saw her, sitting alone on the bench, holding her suitcase quietly in the rain. Daniel stopped breathing for a second. She looked so small, so alone. "Elena," he whispered. She turned slowly. The moment she saw his tears, her expression changed. Daniel collapsed to his knees in front of her. "I'm sorry," he cried. "I'm so sorry." Years of hatred broke apart in seconds. I didn't know. Elena's eyes filled with tears, too. For a moment, she said nothing. Then, slowly, gently, she placed her hand on his head like she used to when he was younger. And Daniel completely broke down crying. That night, he brought her home. Not because of the letter, but because for the first time in his life, he finally understood something. Family is not only blood. Sometimes, the people who love you the most are the ones who chose to stay.